Good evening, YouTube. Full Circle Food Review back here again with another review, and today I have an interesting test. I was walking through a international farmer's market, and I saw an actually Nestle-made imported Kit Kat. And I know that Kit Kat is owned by Nestle, but here in the United States, it's actually manufactured by Hershey's. And I got to thinking, when I was little, it seems like Kit Kats tasted a lot better. So I decided to buy an imported Kit Kat. I'm not sure what country this comes from. It's probably it just has stuff on here about PlayStation. I want to say I got it from the European section. I definitely did not get it from the Japanese section. They have all those flavors of Kit Kats. This looks like that's not German. Yeah, I don't actually know where this one comes from. Typically, there's like a sticker on the back saying where it came from. Maybe one of you can tell me where it came from, if you recognize the packaging or the letters. This may be Portugal, now that I'm looking at the accents on the letters. Nonetheless, we're going to try it. Now, on the front, it looks German. And I have, of course, just the typical American Kit Kat. I ended up getting this one because, for some reason, this packaging is the absolute cheapest way to buy Kit Kats unless you order it by, like, the 5-pound bag. But, of course, this is, the one manufactured by Hershey's. And we're just going to try them out here. I think I'm going to do the foreign one first, and then the American one. So here is the imported Kit Kat. I made sure that, it does say Nestle. The logo is different. You see the Nestle on that one, whereas this one just says Kit Kat, which is, of course, what I'm used to. But I've been doing some research on American chocolate, and I definitely see why people prefer imported chocolate. If you want me to do a video discussing the science behind chocolate one day and why our American chocolate's so lousy, comment down below. I could present some research to you in a very concise way that would save you time while also being informative and funny. Because let's face it, I'm going to be stumbling over my words. But here it is. It's interesting. The chocolate actually smells like a semi-sweet chocolate, like a Nestle Toll House chip, which is made by Nestle. It looks exactly like an American Kit Kat. I would say the wafers are not as crispy and light as I'm familiar with. The chocolate itself, I think, is sweeter. But it definitely has a different flavor. I'm trying to think how to explain this. The chocolate is not as gummy. It just doesn't taste like Hershey's. It doesn't taste like what I know Nestle to taste like. I would say maybe just an extra sweet milk chocolate Nestle Toll House chip. We're going to compare it with the Kit Kat just to make sure, but let me cleanse my palate first. For all of you wondering how I cleanse my palate, it's Prosecco. And here is the American Kit Kat. Let me see if I can do a side-by-side. Well, there we go. They look about the same. Very similar. Okay, this one's a lot firmer. The chocolate's firmer. The wafer is lighter. It's sweeter. A lot sweeter. In fact, this almost tastes like vanilla frosting. The chocolate flavor is not as pronounced. I would say the chocolate flavor in this one's about twice as strong. I'm not saying it's a dark chocolate. I'm just saying the chocolate tastes more. I know it sounds weird, but this is what I ate growing up, and this is what I prefer over the European. Mainly because it's sweeter. The wafer is lighter, so there's greater contrast in texture between the hard and firm chocolate, which then melts, and the crispy wafer. This has a more pronounced chocolate flavor, but the chocolate flavor is not something I'm familiar with, which of course I know is some type of bias, but I'm telling you the truth here on how I'm interpreting this. If you like European chocolates, you're probably going to like this one better. It's just a more strong, pronounced chocolate flavor. It's not dark. I would say they're both equally as chocolate and milk chocolate, just this one has twice the flavor in chocolate. It's just more depth, like better ingredients. Wafer, not as crisp. It's not stale, but it's just not as crisp. I'm wondering if that has something to do with it being imported. I prefer the American Kit Kat. I give this one a 92 out of 100. They can improve by using a less sweet, more natural chocolate that's not quite as gummy. I give the European one 92 out of 100. I can't give it a higher score. It's just a different take on the same thing. I wonder if a different country, maybe Japan, might have a better Kit Kat. It's just something I'm unfamiliar with and I just personally do not like. You may like it. Just understand your taste. But comparing them, there is a drastic difference. It's almost an entirely different candy bar. The chocolate's softer. It's sweet, but a different profile. Literally just like comparing chocolate brands. Kind of like Mars versus Hershey's. They're just different chocolate. I would say this one's higher quality. It tastes cleaner. It's not as gummy as the American one. I could definitely say this one's higher quality. But interesting take. Anyway, I appreciate your time. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment down below what you want me to do next, and y'all take care.